She's stuck inside my mental. She got a body like a temple. Even though she drives me crazy, I tell everyone that's my baby. She's pretty like a 4K sunset. Blue-eyed baby from the Midwest. Body so bad when she undressed. If I was your ex, I'd be upset. Little did he know what's up next. Big brown boy with the big flex. I know that you know I'm the one. She's stuck inside my mental. She got a body like a temple. Even though she drives me crazy, I tell everyone that's my baby. Lately gotta keep my memories on a leash. I know they tend to get a little bit away from me. I keep that photo in my...
What's up?
What's up? I am Beautifull.
And I'm Ace.
And we are Together Real Bad.
Oh,
that's the
how
way,
it, yes.
That's the way it's supposed to
Yes.
sound.
I think,
that's the way it's supposed to sound.
I think we got it. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. I don't have any complaints. We got a new setup.
Trying.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what's working.
And I kind of like it. I mean, I like that I'm comfortable, and I like that the breakfast bar is not at my chin.
Yeah, the comfortability factor is definitely big, because sitting at the breakfast bar is not fun. So we got that going. Thinking about getting a little backdrop.
Yeah, I think that's cute. I mean, even though the fridge looks really nice behind here. And
you like how I put those, the green and red lights.
Those lights. And then this picture, beautiful.
But
and then the hallway, nice and dark, cute, right? But it's not giving. It's not giving
what you wanted to give.
It's not giving podcast. But we are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's not giving podcast, then we might have to go back to the breakfast bar.
No. I think this is...
I mean, it doesn't have to give podcasts. Like, we have a very relaxed, a very, like, just for fun kind of podcast. And so I don't feel like it needs to be, like...
And we don't need a whole production. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about, like, the fridge in the background doesn't give podcasts is what I'm saying.
Oh, well, it gives This Is Our Home.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I digress. So you're good.
How are you?
Life is good. I'm good. Okay,
you good?
I digress with that too. Yeah, I'm good. I don't have any complaints. Winter and Christmas is coming.
Yeah.
I'm excited about Christmas. We have yet to put up any decorations, but hopefully I can get that together this week.
You was trying to go get a tree yesterday. It didn't work out.
It didn't, but it's okay because it's going to at some point. And I'm going to put you out there as the Grinch.
Yes.
Because you didn't want a tree and you don't want decorations.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. That is not what I said. That is not what I said.
What did you say?
I said, let's get a fake tree.
No.
Just put that shit up. I said, I went even as far as like decorating the door. You didn't want to do that.
That's a lie. That is a lie. Because I said, decorate the door.
You did say that. But don't say that I'm sitting up here talking about I don't want decorations and stuff like that. That's not true. This won't stay up.
I don't know. So, no, it should stay up. Note to self, cut that out. Not going to work if you're watching live. So, sorry about that. Let's see. You had a little bit more that you wanted to say on Cassie and Diddy. Not much, but just kind of.
Yeah, not much. I mean, not much has come out with specifics, but just like what I was already saying, that there were going to be a lot more people coming out with stories in regards to, Diddy and how he treated them, whether it was sexual misconduct or, just all these allegations that are now starting to come out.
Right.
So nothing that we weren't surprised about. definitely was prepared for it. But what I wasn't prepared was how bad 50 Cent was going to troll him.
Oh, I don't know about this. Please do tell.
I mean, there's not much to tell. Like, 50 is a troll on
just in general.
Yes, just in general. And he's done it to countless other celebrities and maybe non-celebrities. And it was funny then, but I didn't pay much attention to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know how am I following 50 Cent?
Probably back in the day for, it's your birthday, we gon' party.
I don't think so.
Your birthday.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know why I follow him, but I follow him. And I would see, like him trolling other people. But I guess because I'm so invested in this story, seeing and hearing him talk about this situation, it's quite funny.
Is it?
Yes, he brings like a comedic relief to it. I don't think he does it on purpose. I just think that that's him. Okay. And it's making light of this situation, but poking fun at Diddy. Like what you doing? Like why you got all these people, man? I told you, you need to get your shit together. Yeah. Before Do you think he's poking fun at him in like a destructive way? Do you think it's not? I think he is here. He a troll. He wants to smoke. He wants to smoke. I don't think, because if he was friends with Diddy, I don't think that he would try to bring more attention to it, which he is bringing attention to it. If he was a friend of Diddy, your mouth is sealed right now.
That's true. You're not saying much at all.
Exactly.
Y'all friends, but at the same time, I feel like he has like a Trump hold over people where he can, I don't know, like he got their number. Yes. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I feel like he has that kind of hold over certain people that know what he's capable of. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. More to come, I'm sure, on that. Yeah. For sure. We played Madden.
Tried to.
We tried to play Madden on Saturday. This past Saturday.
We played twice, didn't we?
Yeah, we did play twice. The first time was a complete and total cluster. Yeah. We decided we didn't know what the hell we were doing, and we should probably go to training camp. And so that's what we did.
Yeah, shout out to training camp for getting us right.
Right. So went to training camp. It was better. We went to training camp, learned a couple different moves, learned some basics about like play. Well, we didn't get to plays yet, but learned some basics about passing
and
catching. And if you're on the defense, rushing and tackling.
And just like mechanics of like the controller, like how to switch people,
right?
Switch offensive players or defensive players. The mechanics of different types of throws, different types of catches,
like lobs, and bullets, and aggressive catch, and running catch. We sound like we know
possessive
what we're doing.
Catch.
Possessive catch, when you like catch and roll on the ground and like cradle it. Yeah, I think. And what else was it? I don't know. The whole purpose of us playing Madden was to, one, because since we play football, we thought it'd be cool to just like play,
get into
into gaming. Madden. I'm a kind of a gamer.
I am not.
But she has done me a solid and tried to jump into my gaming world, which I really appreciate because I think it's a lot of fun. I don't know if you think it's fun, but
I think it's fun, but at the same time, it's frustrating because I've always been the type to like whatever, I put my mind to and do, I'm pretty good at it. Yeah. And I just can't get it. Like, it's so much to think about. There's so many different buttons, so many like, it's just so much, and I'm not getting it right away. So I'm getting frustrated with myself because I feel like I should. Like, how hard can it be? But no, this shit is hard. This shit is hard. Like, I don't even know how y'all do it. Like, we want to have a Madden tournament here with like our football team. But we're not gonna be playing. We cannot play. We are strictly. You can play.
Playing.
I'm not playing.
We are.
I'm not playing. No. We learned these past couple of days, I'm not the best at losing.
But video
games.
Here's the thing. The thing about it is, you've only played twice. I've been playing video games since I was like 8 or 9 years old, so I kind of get it. I'm not the greatest. I don't even think I'm like middle of the road, but I understand them. And so it's a little bit easier for me to get. You just got to give yourself a little bit of time. You can't, it's not going to come immediately, basically. Just like practice. Like we have time to practice like we would if we were really playing. So practice.
Yeah.
Just be patient with yourself. I think you are not patient enough with yourself. You'll get it. Twice is not enough, especially when you have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's topping the clicks. That's 4 on one controller. Then we're talking about 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's the X, the square, the circle, and the triangle. So we're up to 8. Then we talk about R3 and L3, 8, 9, 10. And then that's if you click them. And then if you control them with your thumbs, that's 11 and 12. That's 12 buttons.
And you got to do them simultaneously, some right after the, like, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's like a routine to it.
It is.
In order to do one thing.
Yeah. In order to throw, you got to like click this button. But if you want it to be an aggressive throw and you're supposed to like recognize, oh, this needs to be an aggressive throw, then hit triangle while you're throwing. It is a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know how to move my fingers all at one time. I'd be like this with the controller. Like something gonna hit. If I do this, something gonna hit.
For y'all on the like not watching on YouTube, this is like squeezing everything.
Squeezing all the buttons at one time.
Yeah.
Something's gonna hit. I promise. If you do that, and you know what that also works for? Mortal Kombat.
I thought you actually had some Mortal Kombat skills.
I don't.
Okay. Well, we played Mortal Kombat 2 not that long ago. Okay. Well.
And I go like this, too.
Again, that's pressing all the buttons at once.
Pressing all the buttons at once.
Your classic button pusher.
Yes. Yes,
gotcha.
That is me.
Well, if you're willing, we can continue to practice and just make it fun. It doesn't have, I mean, it's not.
No, of course. Yes, I want it to be fun, but I think I just get frustrated when even with us in the training camp, like we would do what it says that we were supposed to do.
Yeah. And
then it wouldn't count it. Like you're not allowed to, in the training camp, you're not allowed to move on if you don't
like, get it.
Yes, if you don't get the assignment that was given to you right before that. Like you don't get to move on. It's like, but I did it.
But you didn't.
But I didn't. And how? The person caught the ball and everything, and I still failed?
Yeah. Because you didn't do it in at the
Talk about being black in America.
Oh, gosh. Oh.
No?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, I think, no. Yeah, but no. No, you'll get it. It's just
I know I will.
time. You'll get it.
It's different. It's different because again, like I am not a gamer, so like learning, I have to do more than you. I have to learn the controllers, learn, timing. The timing, and then also still learn how to do what they're asking me to do. So I got more to learn. And then on top of that, we switching back and forth from PlayStation to Nintendo. And why do y'all, I got some beef. I got beef. Why on the right side, y'all can't have the same shapes and letters in the same place? So it makes it easier to transition from one gaming system to the next. I don't understand it. So I got to learn 2 controllers at one time. And everything that has to do with the game. Like, be for real. Like, help us out.
I mean, it's actually the same thing. I'm looking at this Nintendo controller now. It's actually the same kind of setup, but like you said, the accept button or the A and X button are like switched on each one. But I think that's just a function of it. It's probably a function of, because Nintendo came out first. I was watching this documentary real quick about like gaming and Nintendo or whatever. And Nintendo came out first, and then I think like Nintendo and Sony were going to partner, but then that didn't happen, and they ended up partnering with Sega, and then I fell asleep, I think. But my point, because I fall asleep when we watch movies, but my point being is that I think they did that as a function of not like having some sort of trademark or copyright something.
Y'all needed to get together on that.
So if one thing is different, then now there's not an issue. That's kind of how I feel like what happened. So, we're going to practice and we're going to keep y'all updated on Madden. And how that's going. And if we decide to have a tournament, I think you should just drop it in the chat and see if anybody's like interested.
Bite on it?
Yeah, be like, hey, we're thinking about having a Madden tournament. I don't know. I don't even know how we would put that on, but I'm sure somebody in your football chat would know how to put that on. So I think, just drop it and see what happens.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. I'm interested in doing it. I like hosting things. So.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Which I'm going to be hosting. I don't think I could play. I'm not trying to get my butt whooped. I was talking to my cousin while we were trying to learn how to play.
Yeah.
He's all the way in Japan. And he's like, you playing Madde? Oh, you don't want no smoke, cuz you don't want... I don't.
No, at all.
I don't. You're right.
Because I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
SOS. I've got it. I don't want the smoking out.
Say, I don't know what I'm doing. So, no, I don't want no smoke. How old is your cousin?
He just turned 19.
And he's prime gaming age too? Nah. I wouldn't want none of that either. I don't want no smoke with nobody because I just know, I'm just a casual gamer. I just kind of know what I'm doing. It's stress relief for me. You don't think about anything but gaming, and that's it.
It's funny you say it's a stress relief for you, but it causes me stress. I don't know if I'm going to get to the point where it's like...
You will.
Okay.
If you decide you want to continue to play with me, which I hope you do, because I like when you play with me. We went roller skating yesterday, and I had such a good time.
If y'all can see the excitement on her face, she looks like a little kid. After you said yes, you can go outside and play. That's how she looks right now.
That's because I cannot skate.
You were doing so well. You did so well. Even Chanel complimented you on that.
Oh, thank you. But I felt like it took a second to get my skate legs. Mm-hmm. And I was whenever I didn't think about it, I felt like it was easier. When I started to think about it, I hit that trip oh, oh, let me think about it. But I also think just having my own skates is helpful because I've skated, I think I told you 2 or 3 times in my life. That's not near a lot for someone that's
your age.
Yes, so for someone that's my age. Mm-hmm. And so the 2 or 3 times that I have gotten on skates, I just felt I just felt like they weren't taken care of. They weren't I don't know, as smooth, or they
rental skates?
Yeah, rental skates.
They never are.
They hurt my feet, all different kinds of things. I couldn't get a groove, but with these skates, which I bought yesterday because I knew we were going skating. Yeah. These skates were I was like, man, this is nice. This nice. Mm-hmm. So
it looks good on you too.
Oh, thanks. Well, thank you for the compliment. So I feel like I got the little bit of the balance down. Mm-hmm. I want to learn how to cross over. I tried to, in my head, cross over while I was there, and I was like, nope, that looks like a catastrophe. That looks like a fall. I don't want to do it. So I didn't. And you tried to help me, and I was like, no, that's progressing too fast. Too fast. It's too fast. So hopefully, maybe I might get lessons for Christmas. Hint, hint.
Maybe you will. Hint, hint. So, I know how to skate. Well, kind of. I'm pretty decent.
Yeah.
But I learned how to balance on my front wheels last night and skate backwards.
Oh, so you picked up some skills.
I picked up a little, So it's still something that I need to practice on because I can't go more than 2 feet.
But that's okay.
Oh, and then I also learned how to skate with my feet turned out in one line.
Feet turned out?
Yes, in one line. Yeah.
So like this?
Like this. No, just staying like this and skating.
Oh, I don't know about that. Okay.
So that was cool because I didn't think I could do that.
For the people that are listening and not watching on live, because we have to say what this is. Like a V shape?
No, literally turned out in first position, one line. First position is when your feet are turned out. Okay, as much as you can, except for in my first position for skating, for this particular type of, I guess, how to do it, whatever. Your feet have to be turned out into a line so that you don't turn. And I'm trying not to turn. I know how to do it where I turn because my natural turnout doesn't turn all the way out to where my feet are in one straight line. But within being in one straight line, I could just skate straight in order to keep the line. So I did that. Chanel taught me that.
Okay. Is this just like a trick kind of thing?
Yeah, I guess it's like a trick kind of thing. Okay. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. All right. Well, cool. I like it. Are we going to try and go once a week?
I would like to.
I want to go way more than that because I just want to get good fast. Because the way that those guys were just, man, they was getting
How you want to get good fast and you scared to fall?
I'm not gonna fall.
You're not gonna fall.
Mm-mm.
You're gonna fall. I fell last night.
I didn't. I came close because I kicked the side of the rink. I was like, oh shit.
Well, you need to also learn how to stop.
Yeah, that's probably need to learn how to stop before I learn how to cross over. So I'm gonna learn how to stop.
I tried to teach you last night, but you weren't getting it.
I wasn't ready.
You weren't ready?
Mm-mm.
That should be the first thing teach me how to stop.
Mm-mm. I'll just roll around until I stop, and then I'll exit the skating rink.
So that's funny because I meant to say that to you last night. It was like, all I saw you do was just going around, the rink. Yep. But you never took a break. I was like, I wonder if she's tired. Like, I wonder if she
I wasn't tired. I really wasn't tired. I promise you. I was literally
thinking like, man, she probably can't get off the rink. She is struggling right now. I'm sure of it.
No, I could, like, when you told me to stop, it was way too late, especially for a beginner that doesn't know how to stop. So that's why I just went a little bit extra and I slowed down and I just grabbed the edge. And I tried to stop with, using the kick stop. Yeah, the stopper. But I'm a little nervous because it jumps. I don't want it to jump. I want it to be smooth. But I don't want to skate on one leg. I know it's supposed to. Right. But I don't want to skate on one leg. I'm comfortable now with two legs. So it's just a progression. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do some more research. I'm going to learn from YouTube, and then I'm going to try and apply it, and I'm going to just wait for my lessons, my skating lessons. Okay. So, but that was a lot of fun. I appreciate Chanel for coming out with us, and I appreciate you for taking me.
Mm-hmm. It's fun. It was a good time. Although they did say that it was supposed to be old school night, and it wasn't old school, but
I mean, the music was old school. It just wasn't like black old school.
I wanted to hear some Earth, Wind and Fire, but some Michael Jackson.
It wasn't the right DJ for that.
It was not.
I don't think he knew.
Actually, you don't think he knew? Come on. If you're a DJ.
You're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
You know skating music.
Well, I don't know. And another fun fact. Linwood is where they filmed Roll Bounce.
I was gonna say what you called it.
Or what I called it last night.
She called it roller ball. Roller ball is what you called it. So we're in the rink, and I'm like, oh, like, Ace, have you seen this setting before? Like, does this look familiar to you at all? She's like, yeah. It's from that movie, Roller Bounce. I said,
no,
what?
Roller Ball.
Oh, I'm sorry, roller ball. She said roller ball. And I'm like, what do you mean? What is a roller ball? And I was like, okay, I get the correlation, like roller, like balls bounce.
Yes, thank you.
Roll bounce. So yeah. I see where you were coming from, but that wasn't it.
I mean, okay, appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for covering for me. So
yeah, no worries.
Good.
I'm trying to get this to stay right here. Because I keep echoing. I don't like that.
Okay. You sound good now.
Yeah, I know. I sound good now. That's
okay.
good.
It's okay. Yeah,
again, we gonna get our setup together.
It's a process. We're only on episode 16. So
16?
Yep, since May. I feel like we're doing
16.
Really good for episode 16.
Sweet 16. So.
Huh?
I would say so.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, should I say this in the middle of the podcast since I forgot again to say it in the beginning?
What? Oh, yeah, go ahead. Say it right now.
Okay. If you guys like what you are hearing, please give us a follow. You can find us on TikTok, which is @together.real.badpod. Same thing for Instagram. You can find us on anywhere that you listen to podcast platform or anywhere that you listen to your podcast. Hello to the person that just joined. I'm not sure who it is. We can't see. Appreciate you joining. And you can email us at the number 2 together realbad@gmail.com. And then you can also visit our website at www.togetherrealbad.com. So,
all right.
Get that out of the way. So today's topic is get your A game up.
Whoop, whoop.
What does that mean?
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. Get your A game up. What that means is a little backstory. Like I don't think I've ever said exactly what I do for a living. I have a media company and I edit podcasts and photography and video and all that good stuff. And this one client is doing a podcast that I've been editing, and she and her guest talked about the 5 A's to a healthy relationship. And they just touched on it. And I was like, wow. As I'm editing, I'm listening to this, and I'm like, this is really good stuff. So I guess I kind of stole it, but we're going to put our own spin on it. I didn't really steal it per se. There's a book by David Richo, and it's called How to Be an Adult in Relationships. And this is where he talks about the 5 A's of a loving relationship. And the 5 A's are attention, acceptance, appreciation, affection, and allowing. And so we just wanted to kind of talk about those 5 A's today, and how we really, as I'm reading these, inadvertently like practice these in our relationship. So it's kind of cool to see stuff down on paper or hear people talk about on paper things that we just do intuitively with each other, just because we have that amount of love and respect for each other.
Absolutely.
So the first one is attention. And it's basically saying we need to be able to listen to our partners and listen to their feelings, validate their efforts, and understand their intentions. And then when we are speaking to each other, or we're in intimate moments, or we want to be heard, it's super important to basically put your phone down and really give your partner all of your attention, your full attention, so that they feel valued, so that they feel seen, and so that they feel loved. And so, although we haven't practiced it in a while, I think one of the biggest ways that we both practice the attention portion of the 5 A's is when we did our tub talks. Because, like, we, first of all, are literally in the hot tub.
Right.
And so, I mean, while you can have a phone in the hot tub, do you really want to? Probably not, because I'm scared to drop it. And so during that time, we really kind of, while decompressing, talked about things that maybe were bothering us, or talked about things we wanted to get off of our chest, or talked about things that we were grateful for each other. And so I feel like that's one that we both kind of adopted when it comes to attention. For me personally, the way I try to show you attention is that even if I'm working and in the office, I try to come out of the office periodically and just like kiss on you, or give you hugs, or talk to you, or hang out with you. Like we have a nap time. I'm like, all right, it's nap time. Like, we take a nap together, just like so that, we feel connected. And I feel like giving your significant other attention is part of feeling connected.
Yeah. I would say for me, like, giving you attention, as difficult as it can be sometimes for me to give you attention, only because like my brain be everywhere, or like sometimes I'll be stuck on something that I don't want to pull away from right at that moment. I think it's important for me to show you that I'm putting forth the effort to pay attention to you. So like sometimes like I do have to like just throw my phone to the side, or I don't know. Like, definitely throw it to the side and embrace the hug that you're giving me. Even if I'm in the middle of like a text or looking at a video, I make sure that you feel my presence. We started this thing like when she is working in the office and I'm, doing things around the house. Every time I walk past that office,
yep, you better mosey on in.
Unless she's in like a meeting or something.
Like a Zoom.
Zoom. I go into the office and we show
Just
some
have a
affection.
moment.
Yeah.
I think it's important to know too that we're kind of in a unique situation where we're at home at the same time for a longer period of time that most people are, because most people get up, both parties go to work, and people don't get home until like 6 or 7 o'clock. But I think even if that's the case, there are ways throughout the day that you can stay connected to your partner and show your partner attention. Even if it's just a text that's like, I'm thinking about you, right? or it's a quick FaceTime or a quick phone call, like, hey, what you doing? You know, is your day going okay? Just like those check-ins, I think mean a whole lot, right? They just mean, like, even when you leave for your for gymnastics, right, for coaching, basically as soon as you leave, I'm like, I miss you, can you hurry back?
Right. I was just gonna mention that. I think it's that's like one of the simplest ways that you can show attention to. Like, I've been in relationships where I've gone hours without talking to my significant other, and I'm like, why? Like, I would text them and like wait for a response back, and although that person might be busy during that time, it's like, you've seen your phone, you take a glance at your phone, are you not thinking about me too?
Right.
Like, why are you not showing me like that? Like, even though we're away, I just want to let you know that I'm thinking about you. Right. That's all I wanted in that moment. And I think it's great that I have that in you. Like, sometimes I'll get to work, and before I get a chance to say it, you like, okay, I miss you. Come home.
I come back. Yeah. It's been long enough.
Right.
45 minutes.
Right. Like, I'm ready for you to come home now. Like, that's all that your partner wants, is to know that they feel wanted, and somebody's waiting for them when they get home.
Yeah, I feel like some people out there might be like, that's a lot. I just left my partner. Why do I need to text them? It may not be for you though. And it's probably not for you. It's for the benefit of your partner. Like, to feel like, man, they are really paying attention to me. Like, they want me to know that I'm there.
Yeah. Right? It falls under the love languages, words of affirmation too.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Which I think that's why it's important to take the love language test to see exactly like what your love languages are and how your partner can meet those. But yeah, I'm grateful that we do that for each other. And that's something that we've been doing from jump. The only thing I need to work on is letting you know when I get somewhere. Like, I get somewhere and I get immediately into it. Like, I get into it and I just forget. And you're like, did you make it? And I'm like,
even though the thing is I know that she's made it.
Because you just checked my location.
I can check your location. Yeah. But it's more so like, hello, not snapping at you, but like, come on.
I just get there. Most of the time I'm working. And so I just be in it. Like, okay, I got here. Like, what do I have to do? Or who do I have to find? Who do I have to call? Like, I just get into it. And so I really do forget.
I think when I do, like, because when I text you that I made it somewhere, I'm still in the car. Like, I've just pulled up. I'm about to get out the car. Like, hey, I made it. And so then when I go in, I can still get started on what I have to do right away. But I'm not getting started doing what I have to do right away when I'm in the car.
That's true.
So maybe do it like before you step out the car.
I think I'd be so excited. We're anxious to get out and do what I need to do. I don't know. My mindset is that of business. And it's a different mindset than that of obviously like you, right? I mean, so it's hard for me. Like, as soon as I get in the car, I feel like the switch is flipped and I'm on a mission to get there and get where I need to go and done. But that's no excuse. It's just something I have to work on. Yeah, and I'll work on it. The next one, if you're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. The next one is, that was attention, correct?
Yes, that was attention.
The next one is acceptance. And that is being unconditionally loved for who you are, flaws and all. And so that is accepting your partner's feelings, their quirks, their personality traits, and not judging them. And it's also respecting the person as a whole. And this helps them to feel safe, so that there aren't fears of being judged or falling short of expectations. Yeah. And so for me, acceptance of you, which I still I work on, I have to work on. I have to continuously tell myself we're different people. She's allowed to be who she is, and I'm allowed to be who I am, right? But I accept you for everything, right? I remember when we first started dating, I was like, whatever happens, don't let me change you, or don't let me have influence in conforming to make you somebody other than who you are. Because I know that can happen in certain relationships. And I was serious about that because I've wanted other people to conform to the way that I do things, but that's not fair to them, and that's not to who they are. And so I really work on accepting you for who you are and how you are and what you do and what you don't do. And I mean, all of the above. And like, that's why I love you. That's what I fell in love with. So why would I want to change it? So I just, in my mind, like when I start to be like, well, why didn't she do it this way? I try and talk myself down. Like, you know, she's allowed to be who she is. This is who she is. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Long, awkward silence.
I just wanted to make sure you're done. I think like when I think about acceptance and all that's encompassed under that, it's like the Beyonce song Flaws and All. Like that song and those words, like I feel that for you and I know you feel that for me. Mm-hmm. And it's the most comforting thing. Like feeling safe is an understatement in this relationship. Sure. Like now this is like maybe too much information TMI, but like I used to not be so comfortable in my body. And I think it's because like I've always felt like I've been under a microscope and having to be perfect and all that kind of stuff. And
from gymnastics.
And I'm coming to terms with everything can't be perfect, even though I still struggle with that at times. Yeah. But now it's like, I mean, like when I was in relationships in the past, like I was always covered up. Mm-hmm. Unless, you know, we were, you know, in the bed doing the do. But other than that, like even afterwards, mm-hmm. I would hurry up to put on clothes.
Y'all, now she a nudist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to just put it out there. No shame over here.
Sure. In the house I am. But yes. Like even today, like I was cooking. I was tired of my robe. I had on a robe and I was cooking and also like cleaning at the same time. And I was tired of my sleeves rolling down. So I was like, you know what, fuck this.
I'm going to take this robe off. The robe
and continued to do, you know, my duties.
And I walked in from outside because I went to my car and I was like, oh, hey, girl. Because I just walked in the door. She had on the robe and I come back and she doesn't. So,
did you hear what I said?
What did
do my duties in the nudies.
Sounds like a t-shirt.
Oh my goodness. Duties in the nudies.
Duties in the nudies. Wow.
That is funny.
That's hilarious.
But that's my real life now. Like I don't have to worry about hurrying up to put on clothes or, you know, cover my body. And part of the reason I think that is because you're a woman.
Yes. And women understand
women. And women understand women.
Correct.
And that makes me feel good that I don't have to like do that. Like I do almost everything nude.
Nudie.
No.
Nudie.
We're
sorry if that's too much for y'all, but let's say this is a real talk podcast. So,
so I appreciate you for allowing me the space to be comfortable and making me feel comfortable.
Absolutely. I appreciate you as well because while I don't walk around nude as much as you do, I am comfortable like being nude around you. So that's always important. Mm-hmm. The next one is appreciation. So that's number 3, appreciation. Feeling appreciated and respected in your relationship is vital. It includes acknowledging what you love about your partner, especially their gifts, talents, and skills, and voicing appreciation for acts of kindness and general thoughtfulness. Y'all
remember the episode about the tea?
About the tea?
About the tea.
What about it?
When I didn't get you any tea?
Yes. About you made yourself tea.
Yeah, and I didn't get you any.
But you didn't ask me if I wanted tea.
That doesn't happen anymore. It hasn't happened. I make sure that everything that I do is done with thoughtfulness and like I make sure that I take you into account of like what I'm doing.
I appreciate that because I do the same thing. Like I always thank you when you cook, and you've been cooking a lot lately, and I really appreciate that. And I'm like, thank you for cooking. I really appreciate it. And it's not that cooking is this huge feat that should be thanked every single time, but it's the fact that you're doing it mm-hmm. and you're doing it thoughtfully, right? Thoughtfully, like asking me like, what do I want? Like, do you think this will be good? And asking me for suggestions and etc. And so it's the thoughtfulness and the willingness to do it is what I'm really thanking you for. Like, even though, yeah, food's good. Thanks for putting it in front of me. But thank you for taking the time to cook. And thank you for asking me what I want. And thank you for, like, I mean, just everything, right? So that's my big, my showing of appreciation. Or even just outside of like cooking, thanking you for going to these cotton candy events with me. Like, it just makes it so much easier when you're with me. Time goes by so much faster. I'm not sitting there just waiting, you know what I'm saying, to be finished. Even though I enjoy it, if it's not busy, it's a little painful, right? To sit there and wait on people to come and get cotton candy. And I don't know if I've said this either. Cotton candy is my other business that I've had for like 5 years. That used to be a side hustle, which kind of still is a side hustle, but not really. So yeah, I just always try and thank people, especially you, because you're my partner. And I got a story. So I went to Western Michigan University and I played volleyball. I started playing volleyball when I was a sophomore, in high school. And so I was getting recruited by, my coach's name is Kathy George. I was getting recruited by Kathy sophomore, junior, or junior, senior year. I can't remember. And so she came to a tournament. I knew she was coming to a tournament, and she walked past me, and I said, "Thank you so much for coming." I said those words to her. Now, I don't know what the rules and stuff are. I know they can't, at certain points, they can't talk to you. So she just kind of waved at me like this. And I was like, okay, weird, but whatever. She waved at me and kind of went on our way. Fast forward, a sophomore in college now, I think a sophomore in college. And somebody from like the basketball team or another team besides the volleyball team was on crutches. And they're struggling trying to get through the door. So I run over and hold the door open for them. And she basically says, that's one of the reasons why I recruited you, because you're like being humble and being thankful. And it took me back to that interaction that we had when I was in high school. And I'm like, that's, for me, is like big, because it just lets you know how much people appreciate being appreciated or being thought about. So it was really cool and very affirming for me that I should always be grateful and I should always say thank you and always be humble, because you never know what those little interactions are going to bring, later on in life. So I thought that was really cool.
That's a lovely story.
Yeah.
It's my first time hearing that.
Oh, yeah. You haven't heard that.
Oh, that's so cute.
So,
I don't have a story like that.
It's okay. You don't have to have a story like that.
I know, I don't. But no, that's I like that. I like how you tied that into the topic.
Yeah, I did that. Right?
You did.
Spur of the moment.
I feel like in the beginning of our relationship, there were times where I would be thankful for things, like whatever you would do or whatever, and I would think that I would say thank you, and I didn't, and you'd be like, thank you, like, would be nice. And I didn't realize, like, I wasn't saying it out loud, because I guess I'm just used to, like, being in relationships where it's like, oh, it's already implied, or, whatever.
Yeah.
But
that don't work for me.
Yeah. It don't work for you at all.
Doesn't.
It doesn't work for you at all. So I've definitely made sure that I voiced that a lot for you.
Yeah.
And I love that, like, even when you were talking about how when I cook for you, or I'm thoughtful in those ways, and you appreciate and you thank me for that, I never knew how much I needed to hear it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it like makes me feel good, like I'm doing something to contribute to making your day go by better, or make you happy, make you smile, and that's what makes me happy.
Yeah,
and
that's definitely a testament to what David Richo is saying. I mean, you saying that you never knew how much you needed to hear it lets me know that these are legit, to a loving and healthy relationship. So
gratitude is a huge thing.
Heck,
and I never use that word, but like just sitting here and thinking about it, it just makes, I don't know, feel like there are other areas in my life that I just need to be a little bit more grateful for, because there's always somebody that has it worse.
Absolutely.
And I never think about that, because I'm always thinking about like myself and my situation, and that people who are directly, affected by that, and not the whole world, and what could be going around in the whole world, and that I don't even know about or think about, because I don't take the time to like sit and be thankful for the things that I do have, and not be sad about the things that I don't.
Yeah. It's funny, this morning when I was, when I got done riding the Peloton, the lady that I ride with, her name is Tunde Oyene, I think is her name. She always has like some sort of great like quote or some sort of uplifting message, which is part of the reason why like I ride with her. And that's just letting you know, I'm just setting the scene. She didn't say anything this morning that kind of sat with me, but it's funny, like when I got done riding, I just took a second and put my hand over my heart and just was thankful for all of the things, or showing gratitude for all of the things that I have. And it was like, you and us and like this house and like all the business that I've been getting. And I want to try and make that like a practice. And it's mainly because, one, we just have to be more grateful, period. And two, the lady that I spoke about, who I got this idea from for, get your A game up for the 5 A's, her very first podcast was about gratitude. And the lady that she was interviewing has stage 4 cancer. And she talks about how she doesn't think about the bad things about the cancer, but the good things that happened when she was diagnosed. Like her family got together, everybody was in a room. See, she saw her nieces and nephews more. Like all of these things that she could find to be grateful for, even though she is in stage 4 cancer. Like that's huge.
Yeah.
Because she could just be down on herself. She could be pouting like, why me? Like what happened? Like all of the things. But instead, she's trying to find the good, right? And I feel like that's what we need to do just in general as people. Find the good in our bad situations, because I guarantee you there is good in every bad situation. There is.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for her for like getting me in the spirit of gratitude and thinking more about it.
Yeah. I feel like even now, like during this time, like I'm forcing myself, like with this new realization, forcing myself to be grateful, because I feel like I realize that I don't have the things that I want because I haven't been grateful for the things that I have.
Wow. Really? Is that just now? Or has that had kind of been a realization?
No, I feel like it's just now. Like these past couple weeks. Like I think back on like, and at first I thought it was jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have all these friends that I like have successful lives, and people that I went to school with that have successful careers, and I don't exactly even know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. And that's okay.
Yeah,
you're figuring it out, and that's okay.
But I feel like I've been so focused on trying to keep up, or trying to kind of mirror what I see around me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's held me back from what I'm supposed to be doing, even though I don't know what that is supposed to mean, or what I'm supposed to be doing in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not where I'm supposed to be right now, because I keep looking to other people to kind of figure it out.
That's pretty profound to have that realization. Like I feel like that's a really serious like fork in the road, right? Where you have this realization that you have to figure out you and do you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you do with that? Like I'm not saying you have to say, but I'm just saying, it poses the question, what do you do with that? So I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah. I feel like it's almost this, it's pretty much, it's like It's very similar to like before getting into a relationship, you have to know and love yourself first before you can get to know and love somebody else.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You cannot what is that saying? How you gonna love yourself if you how can you love somebody else if you don't love yourself? It's some saying on is it a movie? It's probably a Tyler Perry movie, knowing me. How you gonna love you? How the hell you gonna love yourself if you can't love somebody else? Something along those lines. But yeah, I mean that's true. That's true. It's very true, and I think it's okay to have these realizations. It means obviously it's okay to have these realizations, but it means that you're growing as a person, and you always want to try and do things that facilitate growth as you get older. That's just kind of always been a belief of mine. Like, what's the next step? I'm getting older. Like skating. That's like my next thing.
Hobby or next.
My next thing. Like, it's just my next thing.
She finna be on the next roll bounce, y'all.
Bro, I'm finna be out here competing.
It's gonna be the sequel, and it's gonna be called Rollerball.
Like how you brought that back around. Yes. So the next one is affection. That's so easy for us. Affection is emotional and physical, though. It includes words and actions that express affection and build closeness at a physical and emotional level. Although unexpected gifts are always a nice way to show appreciation and affection, is also about expressing how you feel with hugs and kisses, holding hands, and having a partner who speaks up for you when you're not able to. I feel like this is just like us.
Yeah.
Like this is probably the most affectionate relationship that I've ever been in.
Same.
Like all relationships, or most relationships, I feel like start out very affectionate. But then once that like 6 month to a year mark wears off, it kind of dies down. And I mean, I think ours has died down a little bit, but because you keep telling me I'm not kissing you enough, and that's fair, because it's fair. But we like make a point to have like 5-minute cuddle time and take a nap together, and we hold hands on the couch and like just do all the things so that we are connected. Like even in the car, if we're touching each other, we just make sure we're always connected physically somehow. I think.
2 things. One funny thing. I bring you back to like a couple episodes ago when we were talking about like dynamics in practice. Now that we're on the same team, but now we're together, and this is our first year being together on a team, and what that looks like for us, and how I was upset that you weren't touching me or interacting with me at practice like we would normally do if we were at home. So that was the one funny thing, because like I need your touch.
Period. Same.
But one not so funny thing, but it's connected to the last thing that you said about like being in the car and touching. Like we had a difficult conversation the other day while we were grocery shopping. We were sitting in the car, and after we said what we had to say, like I like was driving or whatever, and you reached for my hand, and we held hands the rest of the way home. And that was huge for me, because it made me feel like, I mean, like you were getting on me, right? But you also made me feel like you were there for me.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, difficult conversations are going to happen, and that doesn't mean that we have to be apart from each other afterwards, or we have to be in a space where we're upset with each other afterwards. It's just conversation that sometimes needs to be had, because if you don't have those conversations, then they fester, and now you feel some sort of way and you're resentful, right? And so it's important to have those, and then like afterwards just come together, because there's nothing wrong with having difficult conversations. I think it's all about how you respond to it and how your partner responds to it and how you move forward, right? So yeah, I'm gonna absolutely always be there for you no matter what it is, even if like I'm getting on you or you're getting on me. We may not like it in the moment, but we are mature enough in our emotions and in our relationship to know that afterwards we're here for each other. And excuse me, it could be a matter of us being just as strong, like coming out on the other side of it.
Yeah.
Right. So there's no reason to just be like, get away from me. You just talk to me badly or something. I mean, you know, it's just no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's affection. And like I said, it's, especially for us, it's super important.
And it's like it comes naturally too. Because our primary love languages are physical touch.
Yeah. For sure.
And quality time. They go hand in hand. So.
Yes. The last one is allowing. This is all about letting your partner be themselves and to live life in the way they want without trying to change, control, or manipulate them. By giving each other the space and time away to explore interests and friendships, you build appreciation for each other and your relationships. You're building trust and giving each other the support needed to be the best version of yourselves. Why'd you just laugh?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh, but after you said like be yourself, that sentence, it just reminded me, my mom, like I told y'all before, my mom just says quotes from different stuff, like randomly. And so
mainly Kings of Comedy.
Yes, mainly Kings of Comedy. But this quote was not from Kings of Comedy. I don't even know what this quote is from, but it's from a movie. Mm-hmm. And it's about this lady talking to her child, whether it's I don't know if it's a boy or girl. I've seen it once, but I can't think of the scene fully or even the movie name. And the lady is singing to her child. She's like, be yourself. Just be yourself. And my mom used to say that to us.
She used to sing that?
That's how, in the song, in the movie, that's how the lady said it. She was like, just be yourself. And that's what made me smile.
Oh, you had a little flashback.
Yeah.
Got it. I think we've touched this on another podcast or a different episode before about being able to like go do your own thing with your friends and allowing you to be who you are with friends, or allowing each other to be who we are with friends and giving them space to explore different interests, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that's super important. Because like I've been in other relationships where like I would be like mad if my significant other like went out with their friends and hung out because they were leaving me. But I also think I have some abandonment issues. So yes, so that was a learning point for me where I have to be okay if my partner wants to go and hang out with their friends by themselves without me. Like I have to be okay because you have a life outside of this relationship. Right. You have friends, you have family, you have things that you like to do that you might just need some time to yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right. I'm gonna still be a little salty. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna hold a grudge, and I'm just gonna be more understanding about that.
Yeah. I think that when it comes to us and hanging out with friends outside of us, we don't do that as often because our friends, the friends that we have together, we're always hanging out together anyway.
Yeah.
There's never really a time where we have to split up for real. Mm-hmm. I do have a couple friends that I try to hang out with outside of you. And it feels like ages when we're not together, like time. Like even though I'm having fun with my friends, I understand. It feels different when I'm not with you. But I think that it's important that you have your own identity, and you make sure you keep those relationships with your friends, especially the ones that you had before the relationship, because you have to nurture all relationships.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've definitely, it's for me personally, when I get into a relationship, I jump head first.
Yeah, me too.
And I think it's because I'm just so excited about the person, and I forget about the people around me who were there from the beginning. And I think it's important that you keep those people and those relationships nurtured, because, I mean, say that relationship doesn't, pan out the way you want it to, and now you don't have people in your corner.
Yeah.
So I know personally I need to.
Truck passing if you can't hear.
I know personally I need to make sure that I try to keep those relationships nurtured and lubricated. Yeah. Because it's nice to have your partner, but it's also nice to have those friends to talk to as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. That's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
All right, then. That was a lovely episode.
Yeah, I like that. I like that conversation. I feel like it's helpful, and I feel like it's good. It's super real.
Yeah, very relatable. So, like, I hope this conversation helps you out, makes you think a little bit deeper into, you know, your life and your relationships, and hopefully you can implement some of these A's in this next week into your growing relationships.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a sexual partner. It doesn't have to be anything like that. It can be towards your best friends, your best guy friends, your best girlfriends.
Facts. There's a blurb I was trying to find real quick in this article that talks about like these 5 things are also the 5 things that you need when you're a child to develop a healthy self-esteem and a healthy ego. So yeah, for sure it doesn't have to be in a romantic relationship. Obviously it's a big help if it is, but just in your everyday relationships, practicing that to sustain those relationships outside of your relationship, if you have one, I think is big.
Yeah, and if you do have kids, work on this with your kids.
Oh, absolutely.
Because like you just mentioned that kids need this the most when they're, you know, in their developing stages, because it creates a better human being when they're an adult.
Yes.
So start now.
Yeah.
Start now.
Start now with those hard conversations so they can carry that over into adulthood and not wait until they're 41 like me to realize some of the importance of this stuff. Yeah. So, for sure. All right, girl. Well, that's it.
All right.
Well,
you could visit us on.
You can I'm going to say it again.
Yeah.
Okay. You can find us on social media. On TikTok, it is together.real.badpod, and the same thing on Instagram. You can hit up our website is www.togetherrealbad.com, or you can email us at the number 2 together GETHER realbad @gmail.com. And I always threaten to give out our number. And I think actually one day I might give out my number just to see who listens to the end, but not today. So, all right, y'all. We gonna holler at y'all later.
Bye.
Peace.
She's stuck inside my mental. She got a body like a temple. Even though she drives me crazy, I tell everyone that's my baby. She's pretty like a 4K sunset. Blue-eyed baby from the Midwest. Body so bad when she undressed. If I was your ex, I'd be upset. Little did he know I was up next. Big brown boy with the big flex. I know that you know I'm the one. She's stuck inside my mental. She got a body like a temple. Even though she drives me crazy, I tell everyone that's my baby. Lately gotta keep my memories on a leash. I know they tend to get a little bit away from me. I keep that photo in my wallet from 2018. I keep your body on my brain almost permanently. She said, can you take me to the moon? I got a reservation down for 2. Nobody does it better. I don't think I'll ever find somebody better than you. She's stuck inside my mental. She got a body like a temple. Even though she drives me crazy, I tell everyone that's my baby. So let's try to keep this tempo. We got love on every level. Even though I drive you crazy, I'm so glad that you're my baby.